Seth Meyers. This is Late Night. We hope you're doing well. And now, if you don't mind, we're going to get to the news. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau announced yesterday that President Trump's proposed tariffs on imports from Canada have been paused for a month in exchange for implementing a $1.3 billion border plan and appointing a fentanyl czar, both of which are things they were doing anyway. It's like NBC telling me they're going to cancel my show unless I do 3 closer looks a week and dress like a dad on a camping trip. President Trump and Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum reached an agreement yesterday to pause U.S.-Mexico tariffs for a month after she finally backed down and agreed to explain to him how tariffs work. Oh, so we pay that? Well, that's not good. That's right. President Trump yesterday agreed to a month-long pause on his plan for tariffs on Canadian and Mexican goods so we can all breathe a sigh of relief unless he's overruled by the actual president. After signing an executive order imposing tariffs on Canadian, Mexican, and Chinese imports, President Trump posted on Truth Social over the weekend, quote, "Will there be some pain? Yes, maybe, and maybe not." Not for nothing, those were also his vows, so very loving. After he was elected as the new chairman of the Democratic National Committee over the weekend, Ken Martin told reporters, quote, "We're taking the gloves off." Then a few minutes later, he told reporters, okay, bad news, Trump stole our gloves. Republican Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene sent letters yesterday to top leaders at PBS and requested they testify before her committee. Also, that they explain this relationship. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis proposed a new holiday yesterday called Second Amendment Summer that would remove sales tax on firearms and ammunition between Memorial Day and the 4th of July. Is that a good idea, though, making weapons easier to get right when Florida is at its most humid? OpenAI revealed a new tool called Deep Research at an event over the weekend that can scan the internet and compile a report which can be used for important research, like, is your ex doing better than you? The sandwich chain Subway has begun offering an Oreo footlong cookie, which features a chocolate cookie topped with vanilla cream and crushed Oreos. So if you see that at Subway, order it. And if you see it on the Subway, wait for the next train. And finally, a nudist Caribbean cruise called the Big Nude Boat set sail yesterday from Miami. Finally, a cruise where norovirus is the best thing you could get. And that was a monologue, everybody. We have a wonderful show for you tonight. She is an Olivier Award-winning and Grammy Award-nominated singer and actress who is currently starring on Broadway as Norma Desmond in Sunset Boulevard, now playing at the St. James Theater here in New York. Nicole Scherzinger will be here, everybody. How exciting is that? He is a very funny man you know from The Daily Show, and have I got news for you? His stand-up special, Lonely Flowers, is now on Hulu. Our friend Roy Wood Jr. is back on the show. And he is the chef of Zahav and co-author of Zahav Home, Cooking for Friends and Family. Mike Solomonov is back to cook for us. Our friend Zasha Mamet is on family trips this week. She's fantastic. Do please give it a listen. Moving on. New White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt held her first press briefings last week, but I still have a lot of questions about President Trump's first week in office, so we decided to hold another one right here, right now. That's right, Secretary Leavitt and the Late Night Press Corps are here in the studio ready to go. So without further ado, it's time for the Late Night White House Press Briefing. Yes, thank you. Seth Meyers, Late Night with Seth Meyers. Secretary Leavitt, congratulations on your new job as White House Press Secretary. When will you be fired?
Within hours.
Okay. And follow-up, what's the last thing a member of this administration hears before they're fired?
President Trump has your back, and he is grateful for your hard work.
Right. We've heard reports there's an Adderall shortage in the White House. Care to comment?
Since taking the oath of office, President Trump has taken more than 300...
He does seem to have a lot of energy. Trump's cabinet is starting to fall into place. How would you describe the group that's been confirmed so far?
Rapists, gang members, and suspected terrorists.
Your words. Tell me something about the Trump administration that will really bum me out.
We've only been here for a few days.
Have there been any new developments in the few minutes since we started this press briefing?
Egg prices increased 65%.
Yeah. Who would be more qualified to run the Department of Health and Human Services than RFK Jr.?
Anybody in this country, whether you are a TikTok content creator, a blogger, a podcaster.
We know that President Trump likes to work out of the Oval Office in Mar-a-Lago, but what is his least favorite place to operate?
Within the confines of the law.
Oh, yeah. All right, ready? Caroline, I've got a riddle for you. Are you ready? Great. Got your riddle face on. Here we go. What do you call it when the Incredible Hulk introduces a new crypto coin?
The green new scam.
Yeah, you got it. Has President Trump decided on any plans for his son, Eric and Don Jr.?
He is open to deporting them.
Caroline, what do you think Colonel Sanders will be remembered for?
The mass killing of more than 100 million chickens.
Can you explain how the president's Ukraine policy will help bring stability to Europe?
President Trump is back, and the golden age of America has most definitely begun.
Okay, can you explain how President Trump's tariff policy will not increase prices for consumers?
President Trump is back, and the golden age of America has most definitely begun.
Okay, let me try something. What's your favorite color?
President Trump is back, and the golden age of America has most definitely begun.
All right, feels like we know how these press briefings are going to go. What was Donald Trump's first lie of his second term?
The oath of office.
Okay. What would you call Dave Matthews Band if Dave's first name was, say, Oliver?
OMB.
Sorry, I'm just writing a quick letter to the writer who wrote that joke to fire them. I will miss you very much. All right, since you had so much fun last time, should we do another riddle? Okay, great. Here we go. What do you call a fish who calls the cops on a black family having a barbecue?
Karen Bass.
You're so good at riddles, 2 for 2. Why did the administration release new guidance telling us to chug a Red Bull before blowing up an air mattress?
We know that energy is one of the #1 drivers of inflation.
Complete this famous Whitney Houston lyric. I believe the children are our...
A preposterous waste of taxpayer money.
What does President Trump like to put in his omelets?
Not just eggs, bacon, groceries, gasoline.
Before he got reelected, where was the Trump Organization headquarters located?
Bankrupt city.
Okay, I didn't know that was a place. It takes forever when I take my dog Frisbee in for her annual checkup. What is President Trump doing to address this?
The president signed an executive order to streamline the vetting.
Hey, when did you finally give up on trying to feed President Trump vegetables?
When he gaggled for, I think, the 3rd or 4th time.
Wait, do you mean gagged?
Gaggled.
So, I'm sorry, you say gaggled instead of gagged.
Yes.
What's Melania's least favorite thing to hear?
President Trump is hard.
What do you call the 90 seconds after Trump finishes a Diet Coke?
The Trump energy boom.
Whoa, you know what that sound means. That's right, it's time for Saved by the Bell trivia. Are you ready? Okay, here we go. What happens when Zach Morris says time out?
A temporary pause and a freeze.
Right again, you're on fire. And finally, what did Melania tell Trump on their honeymoon?
Only 2 sexes.
Well, it looks like we're out of time. So on behalf of the rest of the press corps, have a good night. We'll be right back with Nicole Scherzinger.